In an uncharacteristically and rare abuse of uncharacteristic and rare abuse of power, I'm not starting this stream until I get 2 howdies from channel members. Sorry, you're being held hostage by the members of this channel until they say : howdy : at least 2 of them. And it.
So this is how bad I have failed this evening's throws for mind control. Dum, 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 Da-da-dum, da-da-dum-dum-da-dum. Da-da-dum-dum-da-dum. It's that bad. And whoosh.
Oh, look, there was a big bonus to a +4 chance. A +4 chance to your savings throws, but a big howdy to you. The Rascal emoji is now available to say howdy in the hive mind. How about that? How about that? Welcome, everybody, and thank you for playing. Thank you for playing. As you may or may not know, a live streamer can go on for minutes and hours, not knowing whether or not they're muted. And here at the Grimgris stream, when I start to do that, members of the Hive Mind can score a plus to their savings throw rolls. A what? A savings throw roll. We'll talk about it in a minute. If they give me an emoji letting me know I'm muted, if you just say the words, you still get a +2. Don't only two. Oh, mostly said corn. Mostly said corn, that's a +2 for him. +2 for him. Okay, those are the savings throws against the mind control, and this is how that goes. You're swimming in mind control, like commercials and stuff, trying to always persuade you, and like people might be persuading you to donate to a thing at the top of the hive mind because their dog has got to go to the vet next Tuesday for whatever vets do to dogs. People might try to sway you and persuade you in that fashion, and as such, you're swimming in mind control. Here on the Grimgris stream, we give you a savings throw against it, and all you got to do to get it is choose between survival, social, wisdom, or heart. And you make the choice. I roll the die. If the die comes up 10 or higher, you have made the savings throw. If you put an ear emoji in the hive mind, you get a +4 to make it the number over 10. So like if it comes up a 6 and you made the ear, you made it anyway because you got the +4 from the corn. You get a +2 just for chatting in the hive mind. But as it goes, I make the roll. You make the choice. I make the roll. And then if it's under 10, it's under 10. Even with your bonuses, you failed and you get full damage from the mind control. But if you make your savings throw, half damage, survival, social, wisdom, or heart, think about it real hard, and then we'll choose.
One thing is sure. A great change of our psychological attitude is because we need more. We need more psychology. We need more understanding of human nature. Because we need more. We need more psychology. We need more understanding of human nature, because the only real danger that exists is man himself.
And whoosh, and Whoosh.
That's a late corn. You only get that when I'm muted, Jasper. And are you who I think you might be? Because that'd be synchronistic, and I just played Jung. Survival, social, wisdom, or heart, choose. Survivalist with an 18 today. Oh no. Oh no. The worst has happened. The worst has happened. As I dove in to grab the survival die. I bumped the social die with my thumb, not seeing what it was before, but by gosh, it's a 20 now, an unnatural nat 20 for the socialist today. Lovers of wisdom, you get the Baker's Coven. That's a 13 for you. Heart, folks. Oh, all you got to do is chat in the hive mind. That's a 9. Indigo kids with the 5. Wow, that was a rough savings throws there, pal.
But he's overcoming something rather than, a true marksman will look at the arrows available and say, if I want to hit the target, I'll pick the best arrow so that I can hit the target. A true marksman might say, all of these arrows are crap. This arrow is at least crappy in a way that I can work with. But he's overcoming something rather than, a true marksman will look at the arrows available and say, if I want to hit the target, I'll pick the best arrow so that I can hit the target. A true marksman might say, all of these arrows are crap. This arrow is at least crappy in a way that I can work with.
Oh, look. Sir, there's some wild accusations about you going on. Wild accusations. I hope they're untrue. I hope it's somebody else. Anyway, let's do a show. What do you do on the show? Well, first you have a title and a thumbnail, and sometimes some cards. What's the thumbnail? Seth's daughter. Okay. All right. What's that? Well, Seth's the television. What's his daughter? Well, let's get into that. Well, we will. But first, out of touch Oot Prevention. Oot is out of touch. It's Thursday, and Thursday is the day when we come back from being out of touch to being in touch here on the Virtually Not Alone streams. It's Michigan Deck, Queen of the Clubs, first card of the show. You have so many tabs open. You do. What's the first one you got there? Oh, that's not appropriate. That one should be way over there. Oh dear, who set this up? Who's running this show?
Slime! What? It's a river of slime!
What's this? Hey man, I almost didn't do a show. The only reason we're doing it really is because of McMo's hot new branding drop. What? McMo's got a hot new branding drop?
Big hubbub about the God particle and the Higgs boson field. When he submitted his paperwork, it had infinity in it. It was part of an infinite field, essentially fabric of the universe. And that's where you would find these particles. And they made him cut out the infinite field part before they do the test, before they approved his experiment. But the Higgs boson particle, the God particle, is the particle that determines the mass of the other particles, which is essentially a particle that makes mass matter, because it gives matter. It's matter when it's mass, and that's the particle that gives the other particles mass. And if that's love, then the universe is made from infinite love, on a fabric of the universe level.
Okay, now I can vibe with that.
That's the foundation of my reality, and then the conspiracy stuff is all built from that substrate.
So what's...
It's like, oh man, you gotta go play Hitler. I wanna play Hitler. Incarnation, bro. Just suck it up and be Hitler, whatever. That's what you gotta play. That's your role for this. Incarnation, bro. Just suck it up and be Hitler, whatever. I mean, we get attached to being this collection of the way things, of the way this meat.
The lived experience of the community, whatever you want to call this, right? If a catechism isn't a sort of a natural outgrowth of worship and culture, then it's alien.
I think she's a little puzzled so far. She's indulging me. Although some of the money I give, I don't know. She saw Grizz's channel and saw that I was giving him a little money here and there. That might get turned off. Have a secret channel. Because he says some stuff.
Oh my, I wish I could have heard what he said about me at the end there better. I wonder, does anyone have better ears than me and caught what that was? Casino deck card of the show is the 6 of diamonds. Welcome, everybody. What is the Shadow Cabal? It said at the bottom of all that branding. That's anybody who helps me stay alive and survive, either through the YouTube channel memberships or the fancy Ko-fi links at the top. That makes you Shadow Cabal executive producers. We have two people claiming the actual executive producer credit levels, credit membership. All right, well, there's channel membership levels, and one of them is executive producer. These two fine folks of Psycho Club and the German philosopher are currently supporting the channel at that membership of Shadow Cabal nature, and so they get this. They show up on this fancy thumbnail for that. Look, this is the promised executive producer credit perk. It's a perk for being that level.
Remember, Embody, there is no agency. We want what's best.
Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal. So say we all. And you might ask, what the hell is the corner? And what are you talking about? Well, it's a flotilla of channels that are clinging together, like fire ants in a flood of information, to do meaning and sense making together, because it's way too much for one person, y'all. Oh, bonus casino card, because I just didn't put the deck away. The Jack of Diamonds. What's going on in that corner, Grim? Well, for one thing, we're having the specific estuary encountering face-to-face thing, in which you've given out, there are 12 codes to your special VIP birthday party, and you've given out 10 of them. 3 of them, the ones for seats 5, 7, and 8, have been unredeemed, and you don't know what the hell to do about it. Oh, yeah, there's that. There's that. What else? Our good friend, Jonathan Doomier, had released a video called 1000 Subscriber Update. As you can see, there's only 997 subscribers to his channel. If you want to make him not a gosh darn liar, you can pop over there while we watch this little bit from that.
And of course, the way they start speaking is they start to put all this jargon into their speech, and to become these sort of jargonites, if you will, where they're actually trading on these concepts almost exclusively. They're throwing concepts around the room as if this is some type of performance, as if this is some type of victory, as if this is some type of help.
You know, like a lot of.
This is Jonathan Doomier. That other guy is Uber Boyle. See, Jonathan Doomier is what I consider an artist because he talks the way I would like to talk with clips of other people. Watch.
Forgive my smugness, if that's what we could call it.
Keck Omega. He's really bad about being loud enough. He said, "Forgive my smugness," if that's what I could call it.
I talk a lot of jargon. But, and you know, I was very caught up in this YouTube video making process.
if more people realize.
Any social media platform is a Skinner box, so basically an animal cage.
And haven't been doing much reflecting. Temporal expansion.
Expand the present moment. When you have bad time sense, it's like it's just one thing after another, and you don't see it's kind of like constellating, right?
Yeah. Like, what does this present moment actually mean? It's like a compression thing. It's like when something is super packed, it's been very moment by moment.
Moment. It's like there's something to say about Kairos.
That's a turning point in the course of history.
One does not manufacture Kairos by any stretch of the imagination.
It's been very moment by moment.
Time as chronos, the clock ticking.
But I suppose, in the spirit of honesty,
you get away with nothing.
I will say that I've struggled with a bit of a vape addiction. If you can, that may be a surprise to some, not so much to others.
Oh, he's all confessional in it. Go see it. Did we get him to the 1,000 through the power of your suggestion? No, but we did get him to 999. An inverted 666, if you will. There you go, Dumir. We love you around here. What else is in the corner? Now, see, if you don't know what the corner is, it might help you to know that it formed like as the debris floating around Jordan Peterson. 3 shining pillars arose amongst it. One Paul Vanderklay, one Jean Vervaeke, and one Jonathan Pajot. And we still keep an eye on him. But first, we have to acknowledge member of the Shadow Cabal, Peter Penrosebach, has ponied up for the care of the kayfabe here. That fella there going to the vet. Thanks to Peter Penrosebach, we're now at 74% of the goal for what we think the vet's going to charge us for that. Thanks for making us feel virtually not alone and for taking care of the dog. This is the Set's daughter, Oot, Out of Touch Prevention stream. Members of the channel can now make a howdy rascal emoji. Oh dear, play something. Here it is. I'm out of time, but I'm out of my head.
Shake it up is all that we know. Using the bodies up as we go. I'm waking up to fantasies. The shades all around aren't the colors we used to see. Broken ice still melts in the sun, and times that are broken can often be won again. We're so alone and so really matter to me. Take a look around. You're out of touch. I'm out of time. But I'm out of my head.
What makes you assume that I'm not about to feed you all to the crocodile? What makes you assume that I'm not about to feed you all to the crocodile? What makes you assume that I'm not about to feed you all to the crocodile?
That's very exciting. Hello. I see the assassins have failed.
Hey, how about that? We've made it. We've made it this far. We've delivered on the title, the Oot Prevention. We're not all together, virtually not alone. Rascal, look at that. Out of Touch Thursday. We're all in touch on Out of Touch Thursday. What's up with that? What's up with that? Okay, Blue Church, card of the show is the Deuce of Hearts. And as we Deuce of the Hearts, we move into that, hey, you were talking about what is this corner thing? And you said there was pillars. One of the pillars is this guy. What the f is he up to?
That's one aspect of understanding the problem, right, of the knowledge of good and evil that is taken without proper alignment, without the proper alignment towards a higher reality. Because then it creates this issue where it is you are suffering, but you don't know why you're suffering. And therefore, because you don't know why you're suffering, or you don't, or because you can see good and bad at the lower aspects, then you can't really align yourself properly. You know, there are many examples of that. One of the ones I've used before, but I think is just one of the best example is in Karate Kid. You know, for those who don't know, in Karate Kid, there's a sensei, Mr. Miyagi, who teaches karate, and he tells this young boy, "I'll teach you karate." Right? But when the young boy starts his training, Mr. Miyagi, it just says, "All right, now go paint my fence."
Moving on. Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal. So say we all.
I'm not a cat.
In other news, on the only card for today's show is this Newsroom Watch Party. What the hell is that? Well, you know, sometimes we be virtually not alone, and sometimes we do that on the Discord, and we used to occasionally gather for a watch party, and it occurred to me that the people that are playing the LARP gate at the level of like making branding and doing reaping clips and working on the defense, those sorts of people would understand my mind on the subject a lot better if they had seen the series The Newsroom from that guy who made The West Wing. And then I thought, hey, let's all watch it together again like we did in the olden times. And I said, hey, see if anybody's interested. And I thought, hey, why don't I see if anybody's interested? So if you're interested and you don't mind being on the Discord, there's a link that should work in the description. Let me know if it doesn't in the comments. And we're putting it together. We're figuring out when to do it. If you want to be a part of it, say so now.
Is everything all right in here?
Yes, Danny. One more time, there's an estuary encountering face-to-face in Olympia, Washington, at the Estuary Northwest 2024. Encountering face-to-face. A 3-day conference in Olympia, Washington, hosted by Grail Country, featuring guest speakers Dr. Michael Martin, Paul Vanderclay, Dr. Chris Green, Karen Wong, Rafe Kelly, and Graham Pardoon will gather to meet face-to-face for the low price of $200. You want to go to the barbecue? Extra $100. You want to go camping with us? You see, Grimgriz likes to camp before these sorts of events because he thinks gathering around the campfire and having discussions is way better than the rest of it, but like you need the rest of it for everybody to get together. If you want to do the camping part, I think there's still seats remaining. If you want to do the VIP birthday party, you need a code. You click here, you put the code in. 3 people with the code haven't used the code. Email me, talk to me. What's wrong with you?
I listened to him. I think he is telling us the truth. That is indeed what he wants. Those of you who are sort of sniffing for duplicity or grift or dishonesty, I don't smell any of that here. I think he's telling us, I see this guy, I see both of these guys, but I see this guy as being very, very genuine and honest. He is telling us exactly what he thinks.
No, I did hear that YouTube was not notifying people today. I don't know what's up with that. Karate do translates the way of the open hand grift. The way of the open-handed grift. Howdy, Embody. Members of the channel can make this emoji in the HiveMind chat using the secret code :howdy:. Welcome. We hope you're feeling virtually not alone. This is the one you have to use your voice on, Grim.
So say we all. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Ho, ho, ho.
Right, we're almost there. But as you can hear, I need to do something with my voice there. Here, I found this on the Discord, and what happened was, it seems like Bart found the cult, and he shared it with us on the Discord. Here's an interesting bit from Tatiana Zinchenko, which they take the paranormal studies like seriously, maybe over there.
Was that spiritual states and experiences were not a mental phenomenon as well as an emotional one. Professor Valery Borisovich Slezin, head of the psychophysiology laboratory of the Vladimir Mikhailovich Bekhterev Psychoneurological Institute in St. Petersburg, examined Orthodox priests and monks during prayer using the EEG, electroencephalography, method. He found in some of them this effect was most often observed in young novices in full consciousness in the state.
Oh, for sake. Professor Val Barach head of Parapsychology Laboratory, and Professor Vladimir Movich of Neurological Institute examined Orthodox priests and monks during prayer using an EEG method. He found in some of them the effect was most often observed in young novices. In full consciousness in the state of prayer, complete disconnection of the cerebral cortex, and only delta rhythm of up to 4 hertz was registered. Thinking activity was completely absent. Give her a chance. Fine.
That is, a person was sitting and praying, but there were no electrical impulses in his brain, indicating the active work of the cerebral cortex. Valery Borisovich Slezin called this phenomenon the fourth state of consciousness, turning to God, complete detachment from the earthly. At the same time, the praying person could at any moment move to the social level of functioning, open his eyes and begin to communicate with others. At this moment, the alpha rhythm began to grow in his brain. Many neuroscientists, Professor Andrew Nuremberg,
Now, the chief part of this is how serious this lady seems, right? Check out the other link from this channel that's actually interesting, which here it's about the Apexians.
The Apexians built specially shaped temples so that those who came to them would give even more of their energy. And it's not magic, it's physics. After all, the geometry of buildings is closely related to physics and has either cumulative or devastating effect. In those distant times, humankind was able to unite and ask for help from the Anunnaki, a superior humanoid race. The Anunnaki expelled the Apexians from Earth, freeing humanity from slavery, allowing people to decide for...
What? What? The Anunnaki were the good guys? Man, I'm so confused now. All right, Jack Hole, why'd you have this tab open? Well, man, see, you got this podcast, this playlist called Podcast. If people go to your YouTube channel, yeah, the Fringe Encounters are all
Okay.
I think all,
You started. Okay.
Stop it. I think they're all mostly there. And you wanted to say about the one where there was this Clara one that should be somewhere on the list that you should have found already. Anyway, it's in here somewhere. There's this Clara one. And Clara is this sociologist lady studying us, the corner, the thing we call the corner. She's studying it. And she had this one-time limited opportunity to talk to me. And you should see what she asked, because I would like to know from you, if you were studying the corner, what would you have asked me that this lady did not? Did not. And that's why you had that tab open. Yeah. Okay, what else? Next up on the list, you have this also on the Discord is the lovely clip stream where the Reapers play, where they find what for you should be show and tell to you on the Behold the Reaping Harvest episodes that I don't do enough of. And so we're stopping in today to see what of the high scoring. They score with these little indigo emojis, like the ones the Hive Mind chat here can make. Yeah. If they type :7 indigo, it makes that emoji, the same one. It's on the Discord too. And that's how they upvote these clips, where Mills got a 2. Lynn with a 2. Afriel, oh, that's a 3. Let's see what it was.
But it's definitely one of the challenges that we face when it comes to the digital scaling of groups. And that's why I like your focus on foundational scaling as opposed to some sort of goal to have a bajillion people all of a sudden. Because it doesn't work. You can only keep track of so much. Like even people that are really, really good at it can only keep track of so much. But it's definitely one of the challenges that we face.
That part's always tricky. Next up. 1 point. 1 point for Pineapple. Come on, that's mostly. Slack with no O. Come on, Slack hardly ever plays. You got to give him a charity emoji just for playing. And that Mills with a 1. Lynn with a 2. Oh, here's a 4 from Mosley.
Keep trying to make that work. Am I wrong?
Yeah, you're wrong if we do it that way. In other words, I can take. We can do one of two things.
What is anything that he's saying correct?
Terrence has several influences, which again, I don't think it's clear to me. I have to ask him questions to find out whether I'm even right. Look, one of the problems is I may be wrong about my model of Terrence. This is the first time I'm meeting him. I didn't know who he was before the podcast. And I need to know whether or not I'm even building the right model of Terrence, because otherwise it's just silly to have me here and I'm going to critique what I built in my own mind from Terrence's words.
Right. Keep trying to make that work. Am I wrong?
Yay for the auto repeat. Hey, Slack, isn't that weird? Isn't that weird how he just appeared? I think that's enough. See, here's something about astroturfing.
If you pay somebody to go through internet making nice comments about your company and your product, that is astroturfing. Yeah, it's comments about a product, a service, a policy, which appear to come from ordinary members of the public, but in fact they don't. Yeah, they come from actors or people who are working for the company. Yeah, it's like orchestrated marketing or public relations, making people think that, well, everybody supports this. Yeah, and that's the idea. Idea is to present things as unsolicited comments, to make something look like community mobilization.
And the main point of that clip is you guys could do that for me without me paying you, right? Oh, I was shuffling the agency deck during that to get a card for the show, and this fine fella jumped out to say that the King of Diamonds is the agency card deck for
all mankind is dominated by a sun disk. Domination. To the right. Domination. It is frail. The dream has its own limitation. Let's get back to your dream. What does the dream say?
We need more psychology. We need more understanding of human nature, because the only real danger that exists is man himself.
Domination. It is frail.
is the female element of the male unconscious. Oh, my goodness, I think we're getting there. The Set's daughter. We've done the out of touch prevention. But man, it's taking us a long time to get to Set's daughter. I know, right? Maybe people need to get a drink. Maybe people need a break. Maybe you need this. Now that I've told you how wonderful and fabulous Discord is and all the fabulous and wonderful things we're doing on it, I bring you to the Set's daughter portion of the stream, where we go away from that clip and share this tab instead, what is this tab? Why, this tab is what the hell is Discord? Wikipedia thing, where your favorite part, Grim, make it large. But some people might only look on their phone, if they're even looking on their phone. It's there. What? Quit. You can't tell when. All right, hold on. There it is. To develop Discord, Hammer and Chisel gained additional funding from UWeb's 9+ incubator, which had also funded the startup of Hammer and Chisel, and from Benchmark Capital and Tencent. What do you know about Tencent? Nothing, but this video here seems to.
WeChat came about and why it is so dangerous. An app that almost all of China's 1.4 billion population use for at least 4 hours a day. The not-so-secret WeChat domination in China was expertly orchestrated by Tencent, the Chinese giant that's ruled over the country's tech space for the last 2 decades or so. The idea of a super app that could do everything a person needs was a ripoff of themselves. You see, Tencent, before WeChat, had set up QQ, an internet chat service tailored for the Chinese market.
Fascinating. Explore the article. Watch that. But the part we liked was who is Tencent. And that's who helped develop Discord. So if you know anything that is as awesome as Discord, but isn't funded by Tencent and run through China, that'd be great. Meanwhile, we're using Discord. Links in the description. Okay.
Slime! What? It's a river of slime!
Also shared in the Discord over in the town square in the tavern. Yeah, the tavern was this masterpiece you caught, Grim. What? Yes. And why did you share it? Mainly because it's full of gems. This guy, this stranger than fiction fella, he's a fearmonger like no tomorrow. But he's got such great work. Like in here, he's got 29. This guy, where he talks about what he wants to do to baby Jesus, and more importantly, where are they? Not that. He's got scenes from They Live in here somewhere. That's it. There's scenes from They Live. There's Jordan talking, but 29. Why did you say 29? 39? 39. Maybe? No. Oh, dear.
Lifestyle, maybe a move like this. I mean, you tell me what you think about it. A lot of people maybe are surprised by it, think it is surprising. A lot of people, like David Icke.
For those just listening, when Russell was talking, the word rumble flashed on the bottom of the screen.
Has said that, that he has some problem with me turning. Have a look. Candace Owens converts to Roman Catholicism, as has Ava Vladingerbrook and Jordan Peterson's wife, Tammy Peterson, who I
The lady who lived here no longer lives here. She wrote a what do they call it? She ghost wrote a piece for that Vladingerbrook lady. She was like way closer to media shaping than you guys can.
know, and she's a lovely woman. While Russell Brand does the rosary, indeed, I do. What the F is happening to the mainstream alternative media? Now, like, you know me, I've known about David Icke and known David Icke a long time, and I admire David Icke, and I can't wait to have another conversation with him specifically about this, because David Icke has contributed some important ideas and themes to the conversation of, well, whether you call it awakening or anti-establishment, whatever you call it, he's really participated, and he's the OG, is he? You know, maybe some of you might say, oh, well, what about Alan Watts or Terence?
I love that part. I would love to see David Icke, Russell Brand. That would be fucking amazing. And the whole notion that Icke has that Russell Brand, Peterson, Joe Rogan, all this stuff is orchestrated as the mainstream answer to the need for an alternative media. Thus, he calls it the MAM. I don't like MAM. There's a better one I thought of, but I lost it. And I bring this up because today on the X, I saw someone who's apparently someone that people listen to by the name of Cernovich being retweeted by the Devil's Champ. He's still, look at this shit, guys. He's still in the Devil's Champion icon. Where did that go? Did you just open a new tab? Yes. See that still? He's still wearing this. See this still? He's still wearing this bullshit Devil's Champion costume in his fucking profile. They get more points if they tell you. Anyway, Cernovich was saying that the world has. So Cernovich is promoting the MAM as the MAM, and he says the world has been glued to these X the last few days, myself included. You can see analytics through the roof. Even otherwise ordinary musings, people are not signing off. X is the television. What was set was during the 1960s, and that's why you're connecting X as what Elon has told us he's going to make into the everything platform, much like the WeChat of China is our version of Set's daughter. That's how you did it. Thumbnail, title, card is done. The rest is fluff. The rest of the show is fluff. Welcome, everybody. Remember it.
This agency. We want.
And as Mills is pointing out, why I love this fella here, this Stranger Than Fiction kit, is Mills is pointing out that Icke is the lizard person. He does the same thing with the footage itself.
Beginning the mission, which is described in the Bible, but not described brilliantly accurately, before he knew who he was. First of all, why me? Well, why anybody? I mean, people would have said to Jesus, and many other people like Jesus that have not been written into history. I mean, that was the most famous effort of this kind to wrest control of this planet from these forces. But there have been many before that. They would have said, "Why you? You're a carpenter's son, for goodness' sake. Who the heck are you?" So that's
so yeah.
So
but,
why
but
anybody?
You're saying you're part of.
So this channel, this Stranger Than Fiction channel, delivers exactly on the sort of content I've been prone to watch, which I've brought up in additional tabs, such as our good friend Karen Wong was on the Everything platform saying, for those of us who are mostly not political but wanting to know something about J.D. Vance, I offered this jewel that showed up on my algo this morning, interviewing him at the Catholic Conference in 2021. Now, where I'm taking you, however, is that, oh man, really? Son of a, well, they're used to it being out of sequence. So, where did, oh dear. Okay, and then sometimes you just need some branding to recover. And since we're getting
The list?
Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room? I want to cast Magic Missile.
The room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet. I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting Magic Missile.
Why are you casting Magic Missile? There's nothing to attack here.
I'm attacking the darkness.
Oh wait, is this the guy who get? I don't know. Can you bring the clip to the Discord? Is he that guy? Is he that guy? Now, I wanted to, by the sacred order of foolish transparency, I wanted to make a confession. And first, let me confess the influence of the confession I'm about to make, and that is one Peter Boghossian. No, it's Boghossian. But if he leaned into the boss hog thing, he would make such... Anyway, it's this guy doing this.
Hello, ChatGPT. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How can I assist you today?
A paper has been uploaded. I want you to be the author, and I'm going to ask you questions. Please limit all of your responses to 15 seconds and do so clearly, succinctly, and as precisely as possible based upon the paper.
Understood. I'm ready whenever you are. What's your first question?
So, under that horrible influence, I have once again started consorting with the demon myself. If you're familiar with what happened over on the secret channel After Dark, something like 4362, maybe. I was trying to use ChatGPT as a co-host. Those experiments I have taken now the form of me asking what it remembers, because they added a memory to it. I ask it what it remembers, and if there's any of that, if you want to stop and read it. But I asked it today to. I said, today we're looking at the company Tencent from a Defense Against the Dark Arts perspective. What's your name? Because I make them name themselves. And what do you find concerning about the company? It named itself Aegis, Aegis, and the Tencent's concerns are data privacy and surveillance, influence and censorship, market dominance and monopolistic practices, investment in foreign companies, and intellectual property and security risks. And then we played some more. We said, who are the key figures controlling Tencent and their relevant known associations? We have Pony Ma, Martin Lau, Tony Zhang, and Liquing Zhang. Government ties, global influence, market dominance. Try to determine the hostility level between Tencent and BlackRock. And it was all, no, they kind of love each other. So... There's the I've been consorting, and that's what the consorting look like. Because, I don't have a real due dilettante anymore. But this Karen bit, right? Yeah, you're going back to the Karen bit. You need the branding segue. Really?
I'm not a cat.
You might not be, but boy, howdy do we're working on it today.
Working on it.
Okay, so in case you missed it, we did the out of touch prevention, and the whole thing where Seth's daughter is what Elon is trying to turn X into. He's modeling it off of Tencent's WeChat from China, which we also use with the Discord. Right. That's where we're at, and then over on Seth's daughter. Karen Wong was asking about the new presidential vice candidate pick and providing an algorithm feed that she found useful. And I was like, but Karen, let me know how Grace's take lands for you all. Because Grace is what the algorithm fed me, you see. And she, just for the record, before I share the clip, she said, instead of sounding like a careful analysis of the facts, it sounds like someone who is trying to generate fear and distrust. I don't know this person, so I'm just trying to give you my reaction to it. Clickbait. Meanwhile, this person over on X is reposting that things from Died Suddenly, who says the firm that took suspicious and enormous bet against President Trump's Truth Social stock one day before the assassination attempt is held by BlackRock and Soros. Oh. Anyway, here's what I fed Karen.
It appears Vance is very pro-Israel. He did the whole ritual that all of our politicians do by going to the Western Wall and wearing the small hat, and has publicly stated that Israel is one of the United States' most important allies. And y'all, I understand that the barrier for entry to American politics is pledging allegiance to Israel. I get it, but it's like these things never get discussed and get swept under the rug, like your children won't get drafted for the military and sent to their deaths over the constant war crimes in the Middle East. So it needs to be loud and proud and understood. You're either America first or you're Israel first. You can't serve two masters. It just don't work like that. On the issue of Ukraine, Vance has stated, quote, I got to be honest with you. I don't really care what happens to Ukraine one way or the other, end quote. I think the general sentiment, at least around here, is American politicians should care about America first and stop sending our tax dollars to foreign countries. Also of note, Vance believes abortion is a state issue and wants to ban gender-affirming care for minors, and he supports building a wall along the southern border. Mitt Romney was also quoted as, I don't know that I can disrespect someone more than I do J.D. Vance. And this was over Vance flip-flopping on.
For the record, this lady loves Mitt Romney. Anyway, so that's the thing is we have a lot of angles and a lot of information we're sorting through together. Something, kayfabe. Remember, everybody, I do this for you. And what? And these guys. Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal. So say we all. So thanks to McMo's branding, this episode exists. It's been a struggle. Thanks for struggling with me, and thanks to Peter Penrose Bach for helping maintain kayfabe.